What's going on, everybody? It's the Bull Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today I've got a little bit of a Chicago Bulls news related video, the update in relation to our game against the Orlando Magic. Things that have been confirmed, and I think things we're still waiting to be confirmed. We'll be talking all about that in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the current Chicago Bulls situation. Where do you stand on a lot of these things? And overall, do you see more players than the two that I'll be discussing coming back by the Orlando Magic game? At the end of the day, let's just get started with the players that are expected to return against the Orlando Magic. Two players are out of health and safety protocols, and the first one that we're going to talk about is Alfonzo McKinnie, ladies and gentlemen. He has now been, I guess, cleared of protocols. He's able to come back to the Chicago Bulls and is expected to play against the Orlando Magic. Now, with a lot of our roster back, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we see a lot of Alfonzo McKinnie this time and during this stretch of games, because we have Derek Jones Jr. back, we have Troy Brown Jr. back. Obviously, we don't know about some of the other players in those similar positions that I guess could or could not be playing, but Alfonzo McKinnie is someone that we've seen pretty much perform very well when he's come here. I'm really intrigued to see. I just want to see one or two more games of Alfonzo McKinnie before I can really make an assessment on him on this team. But a lot of people really like the guy. And of course, I'm someone that can definitely see the value of having him here. Someone that can shoot the three very well. Someone that is able to be a two-way threat at times, can catch lobs, and works very well with the system that we like to do when it comes to transition and all of that. He makes a lot of sense on this team. I just want to see him a couple of more times. He's one of the guys that I've been really looking forward to seeing play, but unfortunately, as soon as he gets that contract, he enters health and safety protocols. So I hope this is the opportunity where he plays against the Orlando Magic and he shows us what he can do. Obviously, another body into the team is really helpful. We've had 5 games in 7 days, and we're looking like to have 6 games in 8 days. So it's a lot going on for the Chicago Bulls, and obviously that couple days rest would be useful, and we get another player back. We can maybe rely a little bit more on the bench than what we're currently seeing at this point in time. Which goes to the second player that I'm going to be talking about today, a fan favorite for the Chicago Bulls, I'm sure. His name is Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball has cleared health and safety protocols as well, and he's expected to return in the game against the Orlando Magic. Now, Lonzo Ball has been a huge miss for the Chicago Bulls. Again, we have continued our massive winning streak without Lonzo Ball for the most part, and obviously we saw a little bit of a diverse way of playing. We relied a lot more on our offense than we did on our defense. We had players like Io and Kobe White step up in the absence of Lonzo Ball, but this helps in many ways. One, obviously the defensive side of the ball, especially when you see games like the last game for the Chicago Bulls, the Washington Wizards, and you saw the Pacers game. Lonzo Ball will help in that area. He will help defensively. He will potentially stop a lot of dribble penetration into the paint, which is one of the biggest weaknesses. He definitely would help pick and roll defense, which we saw really suffer against the Atlanta Hawks. We suffered a lot with pick and roll defense. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying he fixes these things. Of course, not one player fixes these things. It's a team thing to fix. But Lonzo Ball definitely helps in that category. And he has been, in my opinion, an all-NBA type defender at the guard position this season. He might not get there. He might get there. I think he will get there. And this is just another player that we come in. He could shoot the three. He could be part of the offensive scheme, and we're going to miss him really on defense as well. And we get that type of caliber of player back for the Chicago Bulls. But this also helps the bench scoring as well, because we've seen Kobe White really step up in the last couple of days in the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Again, we've not had too much bench production, so Kobe White enters the starting lineup and he scores 20 points. He has a 17 and 12 game for the Chicago Bulls, and he's been absolutely vital and massive towards the winning streak that we currently have. He's going to be someone that can come off the bench and provide something off of that bench that we will really, really miss. That is more bench scoring. That's adding another player that has been very good from the perimeter. Another player that can get his own shot at any given time. Another player that can facilitate as well in Kobe White coming off of the bench, which is going to be great to see. And those are the two players that are returning at this point in time for the Chicago Bulls. There are a few things that I don't actually know what's going to be happening with in terms of the Orlando Magic game. And maybe by the time that this video is uploaded, we will get more answers on those situations. Obviously, Javonte Green missed the last game against the Washington Wizards. I'm not sure what's happening with Javonte Green and whether or not he could potentially return against the Orlando Magic. Obviously, it was his shoulder. We knew that from the Pacers game, I believe, or even the Hawks game, I should say. So let's wait and see what happens with that one. Hopefully, it's just a rest game for him, not playing the back-to-back, and he can come back against the Orlando Magic. Alex Caruso, we still don't know much about, but we did obviously see him taking some shots up in the training facility, which was great. We don't know if he's game ready for the Chicago Bulls at the moment, but hopefully that update will happen, because again, if it's not against the Orlando Magic, he should definitely be back by the time the Washington Wizards come around once again, because that is almost a week off from this game against the Orlando Magic. It's a few days at least where he can recover and hopefully get back to full health. And the last player that I want to talk about is that Tony Bradley has not been someone that's been declared out of protocols. Now, I do think at this point, since he's not out of protocols, I don't see him playing against the Orlando Magic, because if he comes in, he won't really have any time to train and then come back and play against the Orlando Magic. It would not be an ideal situation for him to just return and play against the Orlando Magic. He would need to train, get his fitness back up, and then play in a couple of games just to get the game shape going. But three players there where I'm not really sure about what's going to happen with them. And the last person is Billy Donovan, our head coach. Now, the way that it's been told is that obviously Chris Fleming has taken over and he's done a phenomenal job in the, I guess, the head coaching position for the Chicago Bulls for the temporary part of, I guess, this season. And of course, he's done great and he deserves a lot of praise. And this is the video of, I guess, me praising him as well. He's done a fantastic job with the lineup, the rotation, getting players in, the tactical side with the Atlanta Hawks. Things that we can clearly see, and he's done a great job in that area. And the Bulls players are very happy with him. And obviously, with Billy Donovan, technically, should be back against the Orlando Magic, in my opinion. I'm not sure if he will be, but it looks like he will be, which will be a good thing as well. And we'll just have to wait and see how that goes against the Orlando Magic as well. It's going to be great to see Billy Donovan coming back. We'll just have to wait and see if that is going to end up being the case for the Chicago Bulls. That's something that I'm not too sure about, to be honest, either. So we're going to end this video here, ladies and gentlemen. The two players that are probably most likely going to be returning for the Chicago Bulls, other players that we don't really know about but could return for the Chicago Bulls, and obviously our head coach who could potentially return for the Chicago Bulls as well. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video, ladies and gentlemen. This was just a short news video just to give you the update on the situation. We have a couple of days off after the Orlando Magic game. Well-needed rest. More training for the Chicago Bulls as well. Get that chemistry back up even further to what it is today. And we'll just see how it goes in the future. Take care and peace.